getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. A view from the skies above downtown San Antonio. We're pleased to welcome you to Texas tonight. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Our game tonight featuring the Toronto Raptors as they go up against the San Antonio Spurs here at AT&TCenter. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Aldridge.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, the retirements of Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker mean the start of a new era for the Spurs. Guard Patty Mills said, "We've had great teachers, and now there's a transition. It's about teaching that culture to these new guys. We aren't going to change. Bridging the gap is going to take time. That's where leadership comes in." Kevin?
A proud franchise. Thank you, David. Both these teams, Doris, relying tonight on the execution in their half-court game.
A little bit of a throwback, sort of an old-fashioned approach tonight. Don't worry, we're going to have plenty of highlights. It is the NBA. We know there are great players on both sides of the ball, Kev, but how about this ability to execute under duress of a 24-second shot clock? It's going to be really interesting to watch.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Van Vliet and Lowry are the 1 and the 2. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. And it's Ibaka in at the center, locking down the middle. And for San Antonio, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Derek White is out there with DeJounte Murray. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Lowry. They really needed more from him in that loss to New York. Here's Ibaka. That shot, no good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
We talk about multiple efforts on the defensive end, and I thought, boy, that was good old-fashioned focus, team effort. What a win.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. The pass to Van Vliet. Back to Siakam. 5 on the clock. The 3 ball. And Pirtle pulls it down. White with it. Lowry picks him up. White, good. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Lowry against DeRozan. Lowry passes to Ibaka. And Pirtle sends it back.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Pirtle when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
Now here's Murray, covered by Van Vliet. Murray outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Now, here's Lowry. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. The shot's good.
Well, Kevin, you know this. A guy at Lowry's size has simply got to be able to make the floater. That's a big-time delivery.
Murray outside. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Murray.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Anunoby, good.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Aldridge left side. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Van Vliet looking around. The rebound by the Spurs.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Toronto. San Antonio shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. We're in the middle of the season, Doris. Some teams now just beginning to find their stride, their rhythm. How do they now maintain it?
Yeah, I think at this point of the year, you've established your rotation. Players know when they're going to come in, when they might be subbed out. I think it's about sort of finding, keeping, and maintaining that rhythm and execution that should be very, very well ingrained in your guys' habits.
I know you've played this way, but when you know your role, when you know the minutes and the rhythm, as we were just talking about, I think for a player that's huge. Am I correct?
You are. Know your role and star in your role.
A moment now to see the numbers for White. His last 10 games, he's putting up about 12 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Here's Anunoby. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Van Vliet with it. White's there. Doesn't go for him. Murray surveying the D. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Siakam against DeRozan. Nice shot by Pirtle.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And here is Van Vliet. He's still scoreless so far in this one. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And out of bounds is San Antonio gains possession. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You look at the Raptors. They're down in 10th place here in the middle part of the season. They'll need to make a move soon.
And I think for Toronto, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Six to shoot. Murray for 3.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Raptors trail by 6. Now Van Vliet. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Here's Anunoby. Aldridge is covering. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. San Antonio leading by 6. DeRozan passes to Aldridge. Over Ibaka. And the shot is long. The Raptors have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Now here's Van Vliet. Defense right on him. Passes to Powell. Out to Ibaka. They could use a bucket. Rebound San Antonio. Pirtle's got rebound number 5 here tonight. 8 feet away. Count that one.
I'll tell you, you get into the space of DeMar DeRozan on the perimeter, and he'll give you the blow-by. Let him get a clean look at a jump shot, and he'll burn you that way, too.
Now, here's Siakam. 14 points from him the last game against the Knicks in New York.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Out of Cameroon, Pascal Siakam drastically improved last year, Doris. Is he the prototypical modern power forward?
He is, Kevin, and there's a few reasons why. The guy can rip and run. He can space the floor. He is switchable on the perimeter defensively. He can go inside, outside. Everything you want in terms of versatility, Pascal Siakam brings to the table.
They throw good, Siakam.
Boy, you look at all the athletes on this team. How about Pascal Siakam? This guy may be the fastest power forward in the NBA. And if you couple that with ball handling, this guy is tremendous in transition.
Now here's Murray. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Phoenix.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Here's Siakam, following the score by Jakob Poeltl. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And the speed and quickness of Siakam, not just an asset in transition. Doris, defensively, he is something special.
There is no doubt. At 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan. Siakam's combination of length and mobility, tailor-made for the modern NBA.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Van Vliet, but they recover it. Hollis Jefferson, good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Now here's Mills, covered by Van Vliet. Now here's Mills. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Pass to Siakam. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Ibaka. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, you look at the frame and the physicality of Serge Ibaka. This guy is a hard-nosed player, and he finds a way to power through it.
The Raptors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Lyles checked in for Aldridge. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Derek White. Now here's Bellinelli. He averages about 5 points a game. Here's Powell. Here's McCall, covered by Mills. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by Lyles. And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
And Toronto has possession, following the shot by Rudy Gay. Here's McCall. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The 19-foot shot. No good on that one. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. The drive by Gay. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. And Gay has incredible lift on these dunks. Tremendous at slamming it in when given room to fly.
Raptors trail by 4. Of course, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Though probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
Spurs leading by 3. Toronto grabs the miss. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Powell with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. That shot off. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. And the pass to Lyles. Gay right side. No good on the fadeaway.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Here's McCall, covered by Mills. Back to Powell. Here's the 3. Hands it from downtown.
Well, on the catch and shoot, Norman Powell ready to rise and fire.
And here's Mills. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Lyles. 5 to shoot. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
.152 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Johnson with it. Bellinelli is covering. Pass to McCall. Back to Johnson. Good work defensively by Gay. Spurs leading by 4. On the wing, Bellinelli. 1:15 left in the first quarter. Mills can't hit. Toronto's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. No good from McCall. San Antonio's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Raptors trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Gasol. It's deflected. Mills looking it over. Here's Forbes. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the guard, Bryn Forbes, won back-to-back state championships as a high schooler in the state of Michigan. A couple years at Cleveland State, then transferred back to the state of Michigan and played at Michigan State.
And after that time at Michigan State, he went undrafted, but Kevin really has developed into a steady rotation player in the NBA. And by the way, quite a knockdown shooter.
That's good from Forbes.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Here's Powell, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
See, the athleticism of Norman Powell is a problem. This guy understands how to get defenders committed to him.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
And it's Mills with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. 4-point game. The dish to Gay. Back to Mills. The pass to Bellinelli. Spurs working the ball around now. Got a piece of it. And there is a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Raptors have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 8 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's Mills for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Spurs out in front, up 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set. Now it complements Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam and what he brings to the team.
Bringing my defense toughness, my experience playing with those 2 guys, one of the best in the game right now, and then helping those 2 here, and with my experience, what I learned, I think I can help the team a lot. Energy and both hands on the floor.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Johnson. And it's Marc Gasol. Then there's Lowry. And it's McCall in at the 2 guard. Here's Mills after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Just 5 to shoot. Gay kicks to Mills. Over Johnson. Mills can't hit. Raptors trail by 3. There's the triple. Lowry can't get it to go. The Spurs shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Bellinelli against Johnson. Here's Gay. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Spurs lead by 5.
And it takes an army to stop Gay when he's that deep. Love watching him finish over the contested arms of the D.
Lowry from outside. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded closely. Out to the right wing. Now Bellinelli. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Outside Lowry. Here's the teardrop. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound. Spurs leading by 4. Wiles kicks to Forbes. Gay against Gasol. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Hollis Jefferson, good.
We call that floor vision, gentlemen. Kyle Lowry with the pretty pass.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Mills passes to Lyles. The 17-footer goes down.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And he has got such good touch from that medium range area. It's an option they can always go to.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Anunoby, he's checked in for the Raptors. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Gasol finds Lowry. Here's Anunoby. He's covered by Gay. 6 on the shot clock. Passes it to McCaw. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Here's Gasol, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Gasol's got his first basket. San Antonio leading. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. And Toronto has possession after the basket by San Antonio. Johnson kicks to Long. Clock at 6. No good. That would have tied it. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. 3-point lead. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. And he comes up with the deuce.
Boy, not nearly tough enough inside on the defensive end. They made that all too easy for him.
And Toronto has possession. And it's Lowry penetrating. Gay with the block.
You got to respect those long arms of Gay. I mean, superb at swatting shots away with those big hands.
He gets it in there. And it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
For Toronto, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Pass to McCaw. Murray against Lowry. Outside Gasol. And again, no good by Toronto. Spurs leading by 7. Murray outside. Toronto grabs the miss. Gasol's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Lowry. And again, Toronto no up.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
To the inside. Here's Anunoby, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Doris, this game always evolving. Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things different.
Well, probably two guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has on his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great example. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
So he gets them both. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's, Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Well, that's really good work inside from DeMar DeRozan. You know, he knows how to get position where a defender is almost forced to foul him.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Both free throws good from DeRozan. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Here's Van Vliet, and Pirtles sends it back, and he gets it back. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Lowry against Murray. Pass to Anunoby. Shot clock at 6. Ibaka outside. Lowry from outside.
I tell you what, he has gone stone cold here to start this quarter.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Murray against Lowry. The pass to Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. And that's now 7 points for Serge Ibaka. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Outside, White. Back to Murray. The shot missing. Good D by Siakam. Raptors trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
The shot by Lowry, no good.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Toronto shooting in the second quarter has been pretty iffy, down 32%. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Undrafted out of Wichita State, Fred VanVleet. Never the most heralded player, Doris. But you know, he says he bet on himself, and it's worked.
No doubt. Van Vliet's belief in himself gets him a 2-year, $18 million contract. But I think beyond that, this man, in the moments that mattered most in the playoffs, proved that Fred VanVleet will deliver.
There's Siakam after the basket by San Antonio. VanVleet off target from three-point range.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Out to the wing. White down low, covered by VanVleet. Lock at 6. Here's Pirtle. Toronto grabs the miss. Ibaka's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lowry has the open look. That shot missing, and the Spurs going the other way now.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Over in the corner, White. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
Took him no time at all on that one. VanVleet's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Raptors. Now here's Murray. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Aldridge down low. Siakam's there. That one falls. Aldridge has got the lead up to 10 now for the Spurs.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here is Lowry following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. And the basket by Lowry.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Now here's Murray, covered by VanVleet. Murray, no good.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Anunoby in the corner. Out left to the wing. A minute 20 left here in the second. Siakam outside. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Wow, finishing through contact with a beautiful display of focus. What a job by Pascal Siakam through contact.
Now here's Murray. Passes it to Purdy. Shoots the 3. Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
The shot by Lowry, no good.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Right side, White. Murray kicks to Aldridge. Fires for 3. That one doesn't go. Good work defensively by Lowry.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And he gets it to go.
Well, no fear in Kyle Lowry's game. This guy is happy to take it inside and seek you out.
Pass to Pirtle. Over Ibaka. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Spurs lead by 3. Live from the AT&TCenter in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They got their lead up to as many as 8 points in the opening period. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead and now lead by 3 at the break. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, they've been pounding. I mean, pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, they could be ahead in this game if they were taking care of the boards. More possession means more scoring. A few rebounds either way could decide the outcome of the game. Ultimately, this game will come down to who wants it more.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. One of the stories here, Kyle Lowry getting it done today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Murray out there with Derek White. And it's DeRozan in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
So fast to get out in transition. Pascal Siakam dangerous in the open floor.
Here's Murray. Looking to get it going. And he sinks the layup. Murray's got 5 now.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. They trail by 3. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Now, here's Siakam. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Van Vliet for the tie. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you. And you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Here's Murray after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Murray finds White. Good D by Siakam.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
Pirtle. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, this is the expectation for Jakob Pirtle. His scoring in the post has to be there for him.
Here is Lowry. 14 points for him. Fires from deep. That shot off. So the Spurs will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And it's Murray penetrating. Aldridge wide open. He fires. Hits the jumper in space. Now it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Anunoby passes to Van Vliet. With the floater and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Toronto making a change here. Gasol's checked in. Both good from the line that time. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Now here's Murray. Tight defense on him. Outside Aldridge. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Lowry kicks to Anunoby. And the Raptors miss again.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Down low. Here's Aldridge. Here's Pirtle. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Pirtle's got 4 points in the quarter. There's the pass to Anunoby. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Outside Lowry. He feeds it to Gasol. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Well, Marc Gasol, 7'1". That's an easy one.
San Antonio leading by 4. Murray outside. And Pirtle has it in the corner. DeRozan passes to Aldridge. Pirtle trying to get open. Aldridge can't get that one to fall. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Pirtle. That's his first foul. Trey Lyles checked in for San Antonio. Bellinelli comes in for White. And the Raptors also making a change. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Anunoby. Lowry with the ball. He's got 14. Passes it to Van Vliet. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
The Spurs have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. Mills, he's checked in for DeJounte Murray. Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for the Raptors. A free throw dropped for DeRozan.
Well, I think you know what you're going to get from DeMar DeRozan at the free throw line. Year in and year out, this guy's going to be about 80–85%.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23, and he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
And here are the Raptors now. 9-point game. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0". And that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
Here's Mills following the basket by Marc Gasol. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Rebound by the Raptors. Siakam's got his 6th rebound on the night, and Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Raptors trail by 7. Johnson outside. Pass to Gasol. Over Aldridge. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Johnson. 8 points for Marc Gasol.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
Up top Mills. Now recovering. And Mills kicks to Bellinelli. Wiles against Siakam. And it's blocked.
I'll tell you, Siakam has the ability to intimidate offensive players. How about that one? Send it back.
And Siakam throws it down.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge. Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Here's McCall. Back to Lowry. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bellinelli. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for White.
And it's striking how much his three-point shooting has improved this month. His long-range percentage is coming up, and that's going to give them a lift as a team. You can never have enough reliable threats from beyond the arc.
We have seen Pascal Siakam's confidence improve dramatically. This guy is becoming a problem as a scorer.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. A different look now for San Antonio. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Bellinelli. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Toronto. Norman Powell comes in for Patrick McCall. Good on the second free throw.
I think, guys, maybe what you appreciate most about Pascal Siakam is his versatility. He can score from a number of areas. He can guard multiple positions. There is a lot to like about this young man.
Now, here's Lyons. Here's Gay. Pass to Lyles. Spurs working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. Oh, the lob to DeRozan.
Well, DeMar DeRozan, an all-star level player. This guy consistently delivers for his team.
Here's Powell. He's got 6. The pass to Gasol. Back to Powell. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight. And he makes the first. And he can't hit the second.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Shot from 12. Misses off the left iron.
Just strong work defensively there in the low post. You got to be tough down in the paint.
Boy, he really anchors well on the block. Very difficult to back down.
For San Antonio, they've gone 8 of 16 in the 3rd quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Mills passes to Lyles. Over Gasol. On the money with the shot from the left block. Lyles got 6.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Raptors trail by 4. And here is Powell. 10 points for him. To the paint, here's Gasol. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 10 points for Marc Gasol.
In such a rhythm right now. Feathery touch. He's lighting them up.
Mills dishes to Gay. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Spurs lead by 4.
And really the strength of Gay is impressive. Easily bouncing off the defense while still finishing the shot.
And so Lowry will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Six on the shot clock. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. A shot, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Gay. Knocked away. Fast break Toronto. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
This to me is where he can be lethal. In fast break situation, Norman Powell's speed's a problem.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Now here's DeRozan. 15 points in the game. Now here's Powell. He's tightly guarded. And Siakam throws it down.
Well, Mr. Siakam can elevate well above the rim. Nicely done.
And DeRozan. Here we go. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first.
Well, I think what I like about Hollis Jefferson is he can contribute just a little bit of everything. This guy's got a tremendous motor.
And the Raptors making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And you can sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead.
DeRozan passes to Lyles. Over Ibaka, up and in from the low block. Lyles got 8 points. .152 left to play in the third. Now Powell, 12 points for him. Wants to get it to Gay, and does. Outside DeRozan. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Boy, how effortless does DeMar DeRozan make those slams look? This guy glides to the rim and makes it look easy.
Now here is Lowry. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And how about that instant response? Don't try to throw down on his team. It just gets them fired up.
And that's the result. They launch an assault on the basket. Shots good by Mills.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that.
Here's Siakam. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. 102 left in the third. Count it, good. Siakam's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
Ibaka comes with the double team. Lyles kicks to Forbes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Toronto's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Mills with the steal.
And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Toronto trailing. There's 25 seconds left here in the third quarter. Toronto working the ball around now. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Forbes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for the San Antonio Spurs. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back to the action after this word. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here, looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Now, Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So for Toronto right now, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Powell is out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 spot. Now here's Powell. Here's Ibaka. San Antonio with the rebound. Gay's got 4 rebounds in this game. That's tipped, stolen by VanVleet. Siakam left side. Rebounded by the Spurs. They've led by as much as 10. Picked away. Powell against DeRozan. Powell, the pass to Siakam. Gay with the defensive effort.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for the Spurs. And Toronto also making a switch. Anunoby's checked in. And that one falls for White. Raptors trail by 6. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Here's Anunoby. He's covered by Gay. Powell against White. Just 3 to shoot. Pirtle with the steal. Gay passes to DeRozan. Good for his 9th make and just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And the Raptors with the ball. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. San Antonio making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. Spurs leading by 6. Here's Murray. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. VanVleet kicks to Ibaka. VanVleet passes to Ibaka. Takes the 3. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Spurs have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Pass to Pirtle. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 6 assists now in the game.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Now here's Powell. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Clock at 6. Poked away. And And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. And it's Murray with the jam.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Toronto with the ball, following the bucket by the Spurs. Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. In the corner, Powell with it. Shot clock at 6. The tray trains the three-pointer. Powell's got 5 points in the quarter.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that three, the more the floor opens up.
Murray outside. And there's the pass to Purdy. Murray right side. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Free throw good. Murray. Kyle Lowry. He's checked in for Powell. And so Murray nails both of them. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. Back to Van Vliet. Here's Anunoby. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
OG Anunoby is tremendously athletic, and when he plays with this level of aggression, it's hard not to foul him. And it seems like every team is in search of the, quote, power wing. The guys that have the quickness to defend on the perimeter and the strength to battle inside. OG Anunoby certainly fits the bill.
Shoot 2.
First one falls for him. And a 7'2" wingspan for Anunoby. He's got the reach, Doris, of a big man.
He does, Kevin. He also has the strength of a big man, but he's got the versatility defensively to guard across 4 positions. It's about finding consistent minutes for OG because the potential is there, Kevin.
And he makes both free throws.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
Now here's Murray. He kicks to Aldridge. To the left wing. 6 to shoot. Here's White. San Antonio again missing. Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Murray. Van Vliet with it. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Ibaka. The baseline jumper goes down.
You simply cannot let Serge Ibaka get into a rhythm from that range. His mid-range is as good as it gets.
And it's Murray penetrating. Good work defensively by Ibaka. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They trail by 7. Kicks to Ibaka. Lowry for 3. Rebound by Murray.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
It's good.
And when Poeltl sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Raptors trail by 9. Tipped away. Here's White. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Van Vliet. Pass to Anunoby. The drive by Gay. Lays it up off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 13.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Toronto with the ball. Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Outside Lowry. Clock at 4. From the stripe. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. White dishes to Murray. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Monday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Free throw good, Murray. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And Toronto also making a switch. Marcus All's checked in for Serge Ibaka. And so Murray nails both of them. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Thank you, David. And Toronto has possession after the miss from Jakob Poeltl. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. Poeltl against Gasol. Over Poeltl. Rebound by Murray. Spurs leading by 13. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
This is, Kevin, to me, a special ability to draw fouls, and that's one of the things that sets DeRozan apart. We see him work these angles, get the call all the time.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Raptors trail by 14. And here is Van Vliet. Right side Lowry. Left side Gasol. Clock at 6. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 12 points for Marc Gasol.
I'll tell you, tough first half puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
And Murray, here we go. Aldridge's shot is good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so Siakam will bring it up for Toronto. It's a 14-point game. Baseline jumper, and he knocks down the jumper.
This is an important part of Pascal Siakam's game. Get into your mid-range, catch your rhythm.
Now here's Murray. Defense is right there. Aldridge. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Siakam.
Yeah, easy call.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Aldridge.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Van Vliet gets to Gasol. Looking to get back on track here. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
Throw good, Van Vliet. Spurs leading by 11. Now the pass to Pirtle. Passes it to DeRozan. Outside Aldridge. Off target from outside.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Siakam misses.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And playing with the lead, you can see they're making a much more concerted effort to work the ball inside here in the second half.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. And Toronto has possession. They trail by 14. And the Raptors call time here.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Lowry against White. Now here's Lowry. D right on him. Launches a three. San Antonio with the rebound. Aldridge has got 11 rebounds in the game. Now here's Murray. Covered by Van Vliet. And it's Murray penetrating. And the layup's good off the glass. Murray's got 12 points in just the second half.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Raptors trail by 16. Now Van Vliet. Dishes it to Lowry. And the Raptors miss again.
When you're not in rhythm with the three ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Here's Murray. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Throw good, Murray. And so Murray nails both of them. 1:49 left in the fourth. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Murray. To the inside. White, good. White's got 9 points in the quarter.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Here's Lowry, following the bucket by the Spurs. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Now here's Gasol. Siakam. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Well, we know this. Few big men in the history of the game have passed the ball as well as Marc Gasol.
Lowry brings the double. White down low. Lowry covering. Gasol with the steal. Here's Siakam. It's good.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Here's Pirtle. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's DeRozan. The wing jumper off target. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
DeMar, big effort tonight. What is the state of mind of this club right now?
Just we're focusing in on the defensive end. We know if we get stops, we can definitely score whenever we want.
And you got it done tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.